Let food be thy medicine. Now, this quote attributed to Hippocrates still holds true today. As a primary care physician practicing integrative medicine, I try to minimize the use of prescription medications whenever possible. And one area where physicians routinely overprescribe, in my opinion, is in addressing high cholesterol. Now, statin medications may be useful in some cases, but it seems now that everyone with a slightly elevated total cholesterol is on them. And they do, of course, come with some significant long-term risks. So I was very excited to find a company called Step One Foods that figured out how to lower cholesterol using natural whole food ingredients instead of medications. And they have proven that this approach works with data from research done by the Mayo Clinic on their products. Using their oatmeal and nut butter, both containing high levels of omega-3 fats, plant sterols, fiber, and antioxidants, I effectively lowered my total cholesterol from 228 to 187, as well as my blood sugars, which are reflected by my hemoglobin A1C, from 6.5 to 5.6 over a period of 6 weeks. And what I really liked about these foods is that it was very easy to control my total carbohydrate intake, which ultimately, of course, also contributed to these results. So the Mayo Clinic, which is a very well-known medical institution, conducted a clinical trial that tested the effectiveness of Step One foods. So in other words, these foods were tested in the same way that pharmaceuticals would be tested in a clinical trial. And this was a randomized, case-controlled, double-blind trial that was conducted by both the Mayo Clinic and the University of Manitoba. And the results were then published in the Journal of Nutrition, and they showed a highly significant reduction of cholesterol in 30 days as a result of eating Step One foods just twice per day. Now again, these are natural whole food ingredients, and they are formulated to block cholesterol absorption and reabsorption in the digestive system. Every ingredient in their foods has a nutritional purpose, so there are no wasted calories in here at all, and they don't contain any artificial flavors, dyes, or chemical preservatives. Also, there are actually no animal-based fats in here either, and they are, of course, non-GMO. It was super easy to integrate this into my daily routine. I would have the nut butter in the morning, usually on a rice cake that I'd have with my boiled eggs and other things that I eat in the morning, plus a protein shake. And then the oatmeal I would have in the late afternoon or evening, and this was actually my last meal of the day. And I would sometimes add some protein powder and milk to it. And then you could either just let it sit overnight and have this as overnight oats, or you could warm it up, and both taste really good. This way, my last meal was also very filling, so I thought that was very important here. So using Step One foods as part of my breakfast and as my dinner improved my cholesterol and blood sugars just as well as medications would have, but without any side effects. So food really was my medicine here.